Hey there, Rockaholics. It's Bob Bannister here with you for another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Help us out. Keep yourself informed. Now, you know the old saying that says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Well, it's the same way with every rock band out there. It starts somewhere. It has to, whether it's jamming in the garage or in the backyard or in the basement, whatever. And then you just go step by step by step. And it's always great to catch up with a band who's taken a few of those just initial steps and is just starting to make some noise. And that's exactly what we did this time around. I'm catching up with Mick from the band Parabelum. They're from Perth, Australia, and they've got a great song out. You can hear it here on CGCM Rock Radio, From the Darkness to the Light. So what do you say we take a step inside, see what I did there? The Rock Talk studio, and have a chat with my new friend Mick from Parabellum on this edition of Rock Talk. And let's welcome into this edition of Rock Talk from Perth, Western Australia. We've got Mick Vinnie. He is the frontman of the band Parabellum. Welcome into the show, my friend.
Hi, Bob. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing great. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Now, we've got your single From Darkness to the Light. It came out a little bit ago, and it is a great song, I got to say, and you can hear it on CGCM Rock Radio. What's the story behind the song, my friend?
Basically, it's look, probably like most people, it's probably about their experiences in life and stuff like that. So it goes back to a bit of a hard time that I had in my life, and I just usually write lyrics to basically reflect my experiences and life experiences, stuff like that.
Right on. Put one foot in front of the other, right?
Absolutely.
And what is the story of the band of Parabellum? Who's in the band? Give us the story of that.
Yeah, well, look, basically, the music scene in Perth is quite small, so you sort of know just about everyone. And the guys in the band, I've known for quite a number of years, aside from our bass player Sean, which he come into the scene probably about a year ago with us. But yeah, we've all been good friends, and it's just a matter of try and find the right people that you need to sort of have to share the same dream, basically.
Now, you played your debut show back in August at the legendary Milk Bar. Now, even I here in Canada, I've heard of this place over. I'm a big fan of Australian music, so and you had the review up on Facebook. But let's look at it from your perspective. How did that go from the band's perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we were pretty overwhelmed with the response we got because, I mean, look, it was our first show. We didn't know what to expect. And look, it went way beyond our expectations. The crowd was great. We got a great turnout. Made a bit of money so we could cover some costs, which is important as always. And it was really good. And the Milk Bar is a great supporter of live music.
Absolutely, and like I said, it's legendary. Even here on my end of things, if anybody is a fan of Australian music, you know that the Milk Bar and the Woodshed and several other places like that are just legendary venues, and that's so important to have those big venues that are able to support and are willing to support, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, look, without venues, there are no bands, and how can you ply your craft when you've got no venues to play at? It's difficult as it is.
So what's your creative process like? Does somebody bring something to the table and say, "Hey guys, I got this riff," or do you guys write collectively?
Well, basically, I do a basic like a skeleton, sort of thing, and I'll pass it on to the other band members, and they'll put their sort of spin on it, and we get together, and yeah, it comes together, and sometimes it doesn't, but it's more or less just sharing ideas, and but basically, I write all the lyrics, obviously, but everyone has a bit of an input on other things, drums,
Hmm.
bass, guitar, and so on.
So what else have you got on the go for music? Do you have some more releases coming up? Are we ramping up towards
Absolutely.
an
Well,
album?
look, we're in the process of an album, but so hopefully, I won't say hopefully. I'm going to make sure it comes out. Our next single comes out in December, and basically we're sort of leading towards an album release around March, April next year, and hopefully after that we can think about touring. But yeah, one step at a time. You know what it's like.
So 2026 looks like the album release and a few more shows then on the road.
Absolutely, we're hoping next year will be our, hopefully our big year.
Now you said that the music scene in Perth is quite small. Now, does that mean that you'll be touring outside of Perth and maybe hitting like say Brisbane or Melbourne or some other
Yeah,
cities?
definitely, that's our goal. Look, we want to try anything we can to get our music out there and play. Look, at the end of the day, all bands like playing live, and
Yeah.
that's what we're going to do. We want to play live. So, look, Perth is limited, and we want to move out and branch out and play as many venues as we can.
And what can people expect when they go to see Parabellum live?
Oh, look, energetic, very crowd engaging, that sort of thing. Yeah, we just love to have a good time and enjoy what we're doing.
Now, speaking of your live show, one of our sponsors here on CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer, and everybody knows that Yannick, the third guitarist for Iron Maiden, is the guy who
Yep,
falls on his face or drops his guitar, or
yep,
if something's going to happen on stage, it's going to happen to Yannick. Have you guys had one of those
yep.
Yannick moments on stage?
Not at this stage, or only hopefully we never will. But actually, give us a second.
Yeah.
Have a look at
Oh, there you go. There you go.
that.
There's a sponsor plug right there.
That's it. Free plug. Yeah.
So would you say then that rock is definitely back?
Oh, look, it's I think it's making a big comeback, 100%. I mean, look, over the years, it's like everything in life. I think everything goes in cycles, So I think at this stage, rock's making a big comeback. Even like last night, I went to see Metallica last night,
Oh, nice.
and like it just shows like bands like Metallica's been around for like 40 odd years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was absolutely sold out. So it's alive and well. It's just a matter of trying to get newer stuff out there and new bands to do their stuff.
Right, exactly. And with that being said, do you think it's a band's responsibility now in the 21st century to market themselves and not leave it up to the record company to adapt a DIY attitude?
100%, Bob. Look, if you if you just sit by and wait for something to happen, nothing's going to happen. You've got to make it happen. And I've always believed that anyway, because if you sit around, look, no one cares. There are so many great, talented bands and musicians out there. You just can't sit back. And I'm of the opinion where you just got to go out, go for it, give it your 100%, and hope for the best. That's all you can do.
Right. And is that a piece of advice you would give to another band in that's maybe just starting out, behind you guys?
Oh, definitely. You got to give it 100%. I mean, it's look, it's a lot of work. Yes, it's a lot of
Yeah,
work, but without hard work in life, you don't get nowhere.
that's right. That's right. So if somebody came to you tomorrow and said, you've got, you can, you have to include five cover songs in your set for the rest of your
Yep,
career, you
yep,
can't change them. Five cover songs.
yep.
What would that be?
Well, you'd have to put in definitely one of my favourite bands is Iron Maiden. So
Yes.
I'd have to put in "Hallowed Be Thy Name." That's one of my favourite all-time songs. Um, War Pigs, Sabbath. What else? Also Sabbath, but Dio, Heaven and Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else is there? Oh, Metallica, of course. My favourite song is "The Four Horsemen"
Oh yeah.
from the Kill 'Em
Kill
All
'em all.
album. I like sort of epic, long songs, so as you can tell. But what else would there be? I'd have to throw in probably an AC/DC song,
There you go.
and it's not a long way to the top. I love a song called Live Wire.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah, but yeah, look, all those bands have influenced me over the years. You know, when I was growing up, and you know, it's still to this day stands the test of time. You know what I mean? Those
Ab-
songs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you were saying that you like those long songs, and us guys in radio like those long songs as well because we use those as our bathroom break songs. Put the long song on
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
But you mentioned War Pigs. What do you think of Judas Priest's cover of War Pigs? Have you heard that yet?
Yeah, look, you know what? It's okay, but it's like any cover. It's a cover, and it'll never be the same as the original. You know,
That's
I
right.
like listening to covers of great songs. I always look around for them actually, and just to have a different sort of perspective on other bands, the way they perform the songs, and I think they're good. You know, but
Mhm.
nothing beats the original.
That's right. That's right. And do you have a song that you hear on the radio or something like that, and it comes on, you go, "Damn, I wish I wrote that."
Well, to be honest, Bob, no, because the radio stations here don't really play much metal or rock. It's basically all sort of pop stuff. So I absolutely don't listen to the radio at all. I'll listen to just music on my playlists and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you should tune into CGCM Rock Radio. I'll send you the link.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I shall do that. I mean, it's yeah, like I said, it's been a hard slog over here. Sort of the more underground rock, sort of heavy stuff doesn't get played. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's basically what we are at CGCM Rock Radio. We're an internet radio station, but
Yep.
we have very few repeats and a lot of album cuts and not a lot of the big cuts that you're going to hear on the radio time after time after
Yeah.
time after time.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And
Because
that's good. That's good. That's great.
because let's face it, rock radio killed rock music for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And
Very
then
true.
we're just working to bring it back. That's what we're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Look, like I said, it needs to be a, how can you put it? Uh, like a big group of people, organizations, or whatever you want to call it, to get
Mhm.
together and try and bring it all back. You know what I mean? Because look, strength in numbers.
Yes, absolutely. So being from Western Australia, where do you go from like aside from touring in Australia, is Japan or New Zealand an option?
Well, definitely. Look, I'm looking at Japan. I've already sort of basically reached out to a couple of people over there, and I've had a good response so far. So it's just a matter of wait and see. I mean, I'd love to go to Japan. I mean, from what I've had friends in bands that have gone over there and had a really really good experience. The crowds are very engaging. So look, once again, you know, it's obviously going to be self-funded, but that's okay. It'd be a great experience if we
Absolutely,
can get over there.
absolutely. And what would you say is on your rock bucket list? Like, is there a band that you would just die to share the stage with?
Oh, look, to be honest, Bob, anybody. I mean, anyone, any band in the scene, in the metal scene, rock scene, whatever, we'd be happy to play with. It'd be great.
Excellent. What's your website? What's your socials so fans can reach out and keep in touch?
Yeah, well, we don't have a website at this stage. We've got Instagram, obviously, and Facebook. I couldn't tell you the links off top of my head, but just look up Parabelum on Facebook with the 1L, spelt 1L specifically. And yeah, we're on there. Check it out.
Very good. Very good. I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. But before we wrap things up, I like to do this little thing I call this or that. Nothing to do with music, just 5 or 6 top of the head questions and just a little bit of fun. All right.
Okay.
Ocean or mountains?
Mountains.
Console gaming or PC gaming?
Console.
Road trip or plane ride?
Road trip.
Snowball fight or water balloon fight?
Snowball.
Now choose your superpower: invisibility or mind reading?
Ooh, invisibility.
And finally, this is the big one that divides everybody. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Definitely no. I'm Italian, so no way.
There we go. Hey, Mick, I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk on CGCM Rock Radio, my friend.
Thank you, Bob. It's been an absolute pleasure, and really, like I said, really appreciate the support.
You're quite welcome, my friend, and we will keep in touch. And I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. Remember to click that icon for like, subscribe, and the bell icon to keep up to date, because helping us grow keeps you informed.